house last week with a bunch. But it wasn't, I didn't really have all the information I needed yet. We just flew by the seat of our pants because we had some people who were interested in joining. So welcome. And tonight, Stacey McClellan and Julie Collins and I are we're gonna present to you guys. So I'm just gonna jump right in and grab the PowerPoint. And hopefully you can all see it. Can you say if you can see the PowerPoint?
We can see it.
We can see it.
I'm just wondering if you can mute everybody.
Oh, sorry.
We can see it.
Thank you, Tammy. I have to stop my share to do that. Okay. Mute all. Sorry that I muted you guys. Okay, everyone's not muted. Are they? Oh yeah, they are. Okay. All right. So this is for reals. Here we go. So there is my PowerPoint. So yay.
And hit record. Oh, you're recording.
I am recording, yeah, I think. Can you see the little thing? I can't, so.
Yeah, I see it now. Sorry, my bobo.
No worries. So here we go. We're going to take you guys through each of our products. And if you've been to product presentations before, this is going to be a great refresher. And if you have not been, and this is your first time through, then hopefully you're going to glean some brand new information that's going to be really insightful for you. But regardless of what stage you're at, could you please grab a pen and a piece of paper and take the notes down that kind of appeal to you or speak to you, and then write down questions that you've got too, because we're going to open up the floor afterward, okay? So as you know, we're launching in Canada here really soon on March 21st. Tomorrow we're in the month that we launch in. That's kind of groovy. And so on the eve of that, here we are. We're going to talk about these great products and just a few things, especially if you're new. These are just some things that we like to talk to people about, people who come to us with their struggles, about, weight struggles or reporting feeling tired and sluggish and bloated and all the things that we know that Canadians struggle with. And so this is a kind of a neat graphic to just kind of give you an overview of the bigger things that people come to us with. And certainly this one you've probably seen before. Signs your body is unhappy, stress to the body, mental stress, physical stress, gas, indigestion, immune system challenges, and fatigue. Those are the most common things people come to us with. This is kind of a funny slide because I had to superimpose a couple things in here, but these are all the products that we're going to be launching on March 21st in Canada, and all the products that we're going to train on tonight. So we're going to do each individual product, and then what we're going to do is show you what combos can be purchased for people to save some money, either as combinations for customers or as welcome packs for new ambassadors. So what I'm going to do now is, I just realized that I didn't leave Stacey muted. Just give me 1 second here. Just going to go over and unmute her. I guess I'll have to stop the share. Oh,
I think I'm unmuted.
All right, yeah, you are. Good, yeah, okay, good. So I'll just jump back over to the PowerPoint. Okay, Stacey, take it away.
Okay. Thanks, Tanya. So tonight, I guess I'm going over 3 products, Plexus Slim, BioCleanse, and our most recent probiotic, which is Vital Biome. So to start off, we're going to talk about Plexus Slim. A lot of you may be aware, so with this product, things are not changing with the launch of Canada. It's our flagship product. It's our most popular product. It was actually designed originally for type 2 diabetes. So it helps keep our blood sugar balance, our cholesterol in check, and healthy lipid levels. I can't talk. And it will actually help with your increase over food. So there's a lot of people that have great success with this product with getting off a pop, and it lessens their cravings for sugar or other starches. So, and you will start to crave healthier foods. My favorite about this is that it burns fat and not muscle. There's no stimulants, and it's not a meal replacement, and it's not a quick fix. It's recommended to drink, 30 minutes prior to breakfast or 30 minutes after. And the most recent ingredient and the biggest change with the Plexus Slim is the added prebiotic, which is I'm not going to say it in full, but it's in short is XOS, and that will feed your good bacteria in your digestive tract in your lower GI. So this is really key, just to build your immune system. And Plexus talks about weeding and seeding and feeding all the good microbiomes in our body, and this does just that. So with the prebiotic, we're actually going to be feeding the good microbes in our GI and in our gut. And it has all kinds of other fantastic ingredients. Another favorite of mine is chromium. For those of you who do not know, chromium is a muscle building ingredient. And the color comes from beetroot, and it's sweetened with stevia. And it also has green coffee bean extract and chlorogenic acid, alpha lipoic acid. So if you actually Google all the ingredients of Plexus Slim, it does your body wonders. So moving on to the next one. So Vital Biome. This one is actually came out, oh my God, when I can't even think now, last fall, I believe. Mm-hmm. So there's been a lot of great reviews over the Vital Biome. It has 8 clinically studied probiotic strains. So it is another probiotic, and some people wonder what is the difference between this and the ProBio 5. The ProBio 5, you can think of that as weeding out bad bacteria. That's the big difference because it has an antifungal, but the Vital Biome is amazing because it actually will help seed all the good microbiomes in our body. So it has 8 probiotic strains. It's going to improve your gut health and your immune system. You're going to be happier, you're going to be in a better mood, and it does relieve bloating and a lot of bowel discomfort. And a lot of people do say, like it says on the slide, it is a chill pill. And I've had good results. A lot of people have. So I think this is a game changer for a lot of people, and I'm glad that we have this in Canada. And the last one, BioCleanse. BioCleanse is also amazing to help pretty much, you're feeding everything good in your body and everything's getting balanced, and you really want to focus on gut health, but the BioCleanse will actually rid all that bad stuff. So just think of it as, it's gentle and it's flushing out all of the bad things in your gut. Some people, it scares people by the name. You're not going to be running to the bathroom. BioCleanse has magnesium and vitamin C, so it helps oxygenate your entire body. And when your cells are oxygenated, you guys, disease cannot survive in the body. So your immune system will just thrive from the BioCleanse. And it's going to really help, again, your gastrointestinal tract and energize your body. And it actually supports your collagen production. So if you wonder why so many people look so young and healthy and spry that are taking Plexus, this would be one of the products, and that would be why. And it does relieve occasional constipation as well. So these 3 products are really key in gut health, and 99% of the time, this is what I always recommend when people are looking for suggestions of what they should get started with. And I'm going to hand it over to Julie.
Excellent. Thanks, Stacy. So I am going to talk about 3 products, and the first one is Block. And okay, so what this does is it blocks your body from absorbing almost half of the carbs that you would normally eat. And this kind of weirds people out. So I'm going to give just a mini bio lesson. Not that you would tell your customers this, but this is how to understand it, because people are like, how can it block just the carbs and not be freaky, right? So carbs, your body registers carbs and sugars all as that's glucose potential, right? So a carb is a long string of glucose molecules all hooked together, okay? And what happens is that your body, when it absorbs carbs, its natural inclination is to break that down. So it's like, carb, no, make that little bitty glucose. So it breaks it all up and it sends it out to the cells. And we know that people struggle with blood sugar balance because when it starts breaking that down, either because you took it as a sugar or because it was a carb and now it's being broken down into sugars, it floods the blood. So that's why people have blood sugar issues. But also, if we have too much, which most of us do in our standard North American diet, then your body stores it and it turns into fat. So that's why we don't like a lot of glucose. So this is what Block does. The white kidney bean extract in it actually stops the enzyme that breaks carbs into sugars, okay? Now, it doesn't break all of them. It breaks about half of them. The literature would say 48%. So what happens is that normally when you eat carbs, it all gets broken down into sugars, and so it spikes your blood sugar, and it starts sending it out to the cells to store as fat. So what Block does is it blocks that process so that about 48% of the carbs stay together. That enzyme gets paralyzed. It doesn't break those carbs into those sugars, so you don't have a sugar spike, number one, because there's not a lot of loose glucose hanging out in your blood. Number two, it sticks together and your body doesn't know what to do with that, so it passes it. So that's how it blocks it. It doesn't block the other vitamins and minerals that you're eating. It doesn't block anything else. And that's why people go, well, how can it block just that, not the other stuff? That's why. The white kidney bean extract prevents the enzyme that's responsible for cutting up carbs into glucose. Okay, so that's what it does. So that's the first ingredient is the white kidney bean. It does that. Another ingredient is a seaweed blend. Okay, and there's two things you need to know about that. One is that it is a source of iodine. So you won't see the word iodine on the ingredient list, but it's important to know that that seaweed blend is a source of iodine. So for people who need iodine, this is a really great product, but some people need to avoid that sometimes. So that's just a note to make. If you have someone that says they have to avoid iodine, put Block on the list of things they shouldn't have for that reason. And the seaweed blend, actually, a lot of people like this because it helps them feel a little more full. So some people like to take Block before like a buffet so they don't overeat, right? Because that seaweed gives them that full feeling a little faster. Okay, and then the third thing about Block is that it has the chromium, the same chromium source, the chromium picolinate that we have in the Slim, which Stacy mentioned that it's a muscle builder, but another key feature about chromium is that it's a blood sugar balancer. It helps your body regulate that glucose. So who would want to use Block? Number one, somebody who's working to probably lose weight. So they don't want that excess sugars and carbs to be stored, especially around their middle. That's who would like Block. Another group of people that would like Block are your diabetics, because these ingredients in combination can help lower the glycemic index of foods. And we have people on our team, in fact, that the Block in combination with the Slim has gone a long way to helping them reduce their diabetic meds, for example. Who else might like Block? People who are not wanting to overextend themselves, so they use it to kind of fill themselves up, like I said, before a buffet or whatever. So how do you take Block? Block is an immediate effect, so you pop one or two of those with the meal or meals that has the greatest carb load. So for most people, that's probably lunch and supper. So up to 2 meals a day, so you have a maximum of 4 capsules. So you can take 1 or 2 with 1 or 2 meals to a maximum of 4 Block capsules per day. I took one tonight because I went to Dairy Queen. Oops. But so like that's just an example of how you might like to use it, right? Okay. So what should you put on the screen? So yep. So the extra energy, and that's why it's a suppressant, because you feel full. Okay, now Edge, this is an awesome, awesome product, okay? And the who you're going to target here are the people who are drinking those horrible, awful energy drinks, black, or the people who are like, I just can't get enough coffee. I can't survive without, my 3 or 4 coffees a day. Those are the people you're targeting with this product. This product I love because I love to sleep in the car. So when I have to drive long distances, I should not be sleeping, right? So I pop an Edge, okay? So this is a beautiful thing. It's only 3 ingredients. First of all, and what it targets, it targets energy, natural, sustained energy, and mental focus, okay? So how does it do that? Number one, it has caffeine, but not that mechanized caffeine you have in those horrible drinks. And not even exactly the caffeine we have in our coffee. It's the Cafe Robusta. So it's before the bean has been traumatized and mechanized, okay? So it's a natural source of caffeine, and the amount of caffeine is still about the same as what you would have in 1 cup of coffee, okay? But then there's this other great ingredient called theacrine, okay? And what it does, it comes from a tea, and what it does is it actually helps sustain the effect of the caffeine, so you can survive on just one. So the people normally will build up a resistance to coffee, for example. So now 1 coffee is not a day enough. Now they need 2 coffees to get through their day, and maybe they then have to get 3 coffees a day. This doesn't happen with Edge because of the theacrine. The theacrine helps sustain the effects for the whole day. And then the third ingredient is the L-theanine, and what it does, it makes it so it's not a jittery caffeine high. So some people get really jittery if they have caffeine, and so that's what the L-theanine does. So those 3 ingredients together makes this a way to have natural sustained energy and alertness, breaks up mental fog. Like I said, about the equivalent of 1 cup of coffee. It is non-habit forming. Okay, so you don't have to say like, well, yeah, if I use that, like 6 weeks from now, I'm going to need to take 3 a day to work. No, that's not how it works. One thing that most people have found, it is important to take with food. Okay, so it's not like the block you have to take with food because it's working with the food. Edge, people find it's easier on their stomach when they take it with food. Oh, look, she even put that on the screen. Awesome. Okay, and then the third thing that I get to talk about is the P96, okay? And P96 is an amazing source of protein. Now, Plexus knows that we should not skip meals, that we were built to eat and we were meant to eat, but they also know that our lives are real and sometimes we are on the run. So this is a really great snack replacement. Personally, I really like it as a protein increaser. So a lot of us are learning about how in the standard North American diet, you know, how like you might have only a little bit of protein with 2 of your meals and then have too much with a 3rd meal. So like if you're like me and you're trying to balance out and getting protein more through the day, this is a really great strategy. A lot of people like this for a breakfast on the go or a mid-afternoon snack. So those are the kind of the who people. It's a really clean protein. It's a whey, and it is not gritty. It's really, really, really smooth. So it has 15 grams of protein. And it also features 20 vitamins and minerals. And you'll read that it's 100 calories. It's actually 96, hence the P96. But regulations say, you know, you have to go, the minimum number is 100 calories. So most people talk about 100 calories. It comes in vanilla or chocolate, and they're all natural flavors. So that's actual vanilla and it's actual cocoa that are used to flavor these. And they're really smooth. The directions say you could mix them with water. It's okay with water. I think you'll find most people prefer it with a coconut milk or an almond milk or a cow's milk or a goat milk or just a little bit thicker. Or what some people like to do is, if they do it with water, put some ice in it because that helps thicken it up. Plexus is really good about suggesting all kinds of recipe varieties to mess it up. This is one of the ways that I'm getting my veggies, like veggies in breakfast for me. That's a hard do. So I use my P96 and greens in my shaker cup and make a smoothie in the morning. So that's like one of the ways I'm getting veggies. So it can kind of hit on a lot of different ways that people are trying to probably improve their diet. All 3 of these products are gluten-free, vegetarian, non-GMO, no artificial flavors, no artificial colors. Like I said, this is flavored with natural cocoa and vanilla. What else did I want to say? Because, of course, as usual, I took notes and then didn't read them. I think I hit on the highlights, though. Mm-hmm. So those are really, really, really great products that you can share with people who are having those goals. Excellent. Now Tanya's going to tell us about a couple of more products that are coming to Canada. Yay!
Awesome. Thanks, Julie. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is one of my favorite products. Julie just mentioned that that the 3 products that she talked about were vegetarian. However, this one is not, because it does contain seafood. So that's something that's extremely important if you're going to recommend this product to anybody, because it does contain New Zealand green lip mussel. I'm going to explain to you why in just a moment. But the ease, I'm so happy that this was approved by Health Canada, and we're moving it forward into Canada for our launch, because this is a staple in our home. Both Sean and I take it. My husband Sean and I take this product daily. And actually, I didn't take it at the beginning of my journey with Plexus. I didn't even consider it for me at all, despite the fact that I had a lot of issues with inflammation, specifically endometriosis, and also bulging discs in my neck and in my lower back. Anyway, suffice it to say that this product has become one of my best friends. So it does have a unique proprietary ingredient blend, like most of our products, so that people can't copycat, which is great. And I want to talk to you about what makes it an anti-inflammatory. So when we think anti-inflammatory, we typically think of ibuprofen and those types of sort of generic, go to your drugstore types of things for quick fixes. In fact, the ease is not a quick fix in the sense that you pop it and 20 minutes later you start to notice that things are dissipating or that your pain is going away. But the thing about it is you can actually fix the inflammation by taking this product instead of just band-aiding it. And that's what all of our supplements do. Instead of band-aiding issues, they help us to actually resolve those, or at least come to a better point with our health with them. So some key ingredients in this product would be turmeric and the green lip mussel. I'm going to start with those. Turmeric's been used for over 2,500 years for all kinds of stuff. It's been used highly for an anti-inflammatory, but it's used also in cooking, and it's used for all kinds of great stuff. And the turmeric is great because it helps with liver health. People with Alzheimer's, it helps with brain clarity and just brain development and keeping up with brain growth. It also is an anti-cancer. I think that's very amazing. Now, the turmeric really isn't as potent or as effective without a fat carrier, and that's where the green-lipped mussel comes in. So those two work synergistically to provide us with what we need from this particular supplement. So it is a fat carrier, the green lip mussel, but it's also an antioxidant. And interestingly enough, it contains a prebiotic of its own. So it actually is a gut health component. It has a gut health component as well. So Stacy mentioned the prebiotic XOS in the Slim, and the green lip mussel contains its own prebiotic, which I think is really cool. This contains bromelain, which is actually found in pineapple. So it again, gut health, it helps with digestion, but it also helps with things like ACL tears, joint issues. So if you've had joint issues at all that you've had to go to the chiropractor for, or that you've gone to physio for, you've always had these types of issues, asthma, allergies, and the list goes on and on. Bromelain is great for those. And the enzyme serrapeptase is in here, which is very key for speeding up tissue repair. So think, again, I mentioned ACL tears, the serrapeptase is good for that. It's great for post-op, if you've had surgery, it's great for that, for repairing tissue that way. People with varicose veins do really well with the ease because it really helps them with that. That serrapeptase ingredient really helps them with that as well. So as you can tell, I'm really excited about the ease. And when you take the ease, by the way, typically you take 2 capsules a day when you're on what's called a maintenance dose. But when you're first starting the ease, particularly if you're in a flare-up, you would want to take the ease at least 3 times a day, 2 capsules, until you get ahead of the pain and you start to notice a reduction in inflammation, at which point you can start to back off until you get to the point where you're taking that 2 per day. I most often take 4 a day. I'm going to be very honest with you, but it's helped me with my results. And so I'm just going to keep taking them because they work. All right. So the X Factor Plus. This is such a great multivitamin. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what main talking points are for this wonderful multivitamin. It has 19 vitamins and over 50 trace minerals in it. It's bioactive and bioavailable. So basically what that means is that we actually absorb the stuff that's in the multivitamin. So when you hear people talk about our patented aloe vera blend and the fact that we absorb this by more than 300% more than your average multivitamin, the proof is in the pudding. There's so many people on this call who can attest to better hair, better nails, shinier skin, more energy because you're actually absorbing the nutrients in the multivitamin and in your food. So that's a very huge talking point as far as I'm concerned. And like I've been talking about the X Factor Kids, which I know we're not talking about a lot tonight, but our daughter has had amazing, amazing results with that too. It has methylated folate in it, which means we'll actually absorb the folate. So we all need folate, and 33% of the population can't absorb it. They just can't. But if it's methylated, we all can. So that's what another thing that makes it such a great product. It has methylated B12 as well. So it's ready for your body to use right away. And that stands it apart from just a normal B vitamin. It delivers up to 400 milligrams of polyphenols like grapeseed extract. So the grapeseed extract is a huge talking point because it helps to reduce symptoms of menopause. And even if you're not menopausal, things like night sweats, mood swings, this product will help you with that. Okay? So, and this product actually won an award. I just realized that. It was a finalist for an award, and I can't remember what it is, but if somebody can remember, could you say what it is? Because I can't remember, and I forgot to write it down. We'll talk about it after. Okay. All right, the Plexus Body Cream. This is our last product for the night. This was actually, ironically, this was the first product that Plexus had, and it was the only product they had alongside the Plexus Breast Check Kit. So the body cream was originally designed and was called Breast Cream for cancer patients with radiation burns, specifically breast cancer patients. And it started to be widely used for lots of things like psoriasis, eczema, and other skin issues. And so when people started using it widely, did I say wildly? Widely, men were using it as well. And so they were finding that they were a little embarrassed for it to be called breast cream. So now it's called the Plexus Body Cream. And it has a unique skin renewing and detoxifying cream. It has spirulina algae and activated charcoal. Now, Plexus, we opened in 2009. And let me just say that spirulina algae and activated charcoal, like those were buzzwords around Plexus, but now they're everywhere all over the world, and all kinds of companies are cropping up, and activated charcoal masks and, creams and all kinds of things. People are putting it on their teeth to whiten their teeth. So it's really, it really helps to heal and to purify. So that's what makes it such an incredible thing, an incredible cream. Now, also people use it in their hair. So just as like a glam product, if you will, people find that it takes static away. And so instead of using mousse or other kinds of products in their hair, they're using this cream as a leave-in conditioner after they wash their hair. So they don't rinse it out, they just leave it in. They just use like a dime-sized amount. And if you go on Facebook and go and put Plexus plus Plexus Body Cream, you're probably going to find lots of examples of that, or go on Opportunity of Hope and check that out because it's on there. All right, so this is our last slide. And on this slide, we're talking about the different combo packs that we have. This is the only graphic that we have so far for this. I'm sure we'll have more soon. So you'll notice that there are 4 packs. So there's the Support combo. It has the Slim, the BioCleanse, and the X Factor Plus to support your system, which makes sense. There's the Lifestyle combo, which is the Slim, the X Factor Plus. So there's the multivitamin again, and the Ease. You'll notice the Slim is in all 4 combos. The Action Pack. So that's the Slim, the P96 vanilla or chocolate, your choice, and the Block. And lastly, there's one called Balance. And if you are used to, if you've been around the products for a while and you know the Triplex, I think this is kind of like our Canadian Triplex. It's called the Slim, and it has the Slim, the Vital Biome, and the BioCleanse, 120 capsules. Whether it's a welcome pack, you'll notice on this side they're called welcome packs. That's just the first combo that you can ever purchase as an ambassador only. And then subsequent months or for customers, they're called combo packs. But they contain the same products. And that's the end of their slideshow. So I'll just escape out of here. Stop my share. Excellent. All right. So I think this would be an appropriate time maybe to open up for questions. And if you're not comfortable unmuting yourself, I would suggest that maybe you just type it right in the chat, or maybe if your house is loud and you've got kids running around and you want to do it that way, that's totally cool. Either way is fine.
I'm curious about, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm curious about the probiotic. Can we still get that?
Ambassadors still can. But what will need to happen is that we will need to order it out of the States. So it'll be a separate order for you. And Krista's Facebook Live tonight told us that everything's going to look the same when we launch. So everything will look the same. It's just that if you go to the ProBio 5, I'm speculating or thinking that you'll go to the US side and order your ProBio 5, and because you're already an ambassador, you'll have that right to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing you can do between now and then is you can order 3 months worth of anything per order. You could also do that every day for 20 days. Although I wouldn't necessarily do that because it's financially going to be tricky, but also I think expiration dates and things like that too for the future.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I have a comment. Can you hear me?
I know somebody's talking. I just can't hear very well.
It's Joanne.
Yes, hi.
Hi. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. One thing about the ease that just I thought about, which makes me so sad that I can't take it, is because I have to be on warfarin, and you can't take turmeric with warfarin, and just something so that other people know, because I didn't know that at first until I kind of researched it a little bit more. But yeah, I really, really, really like everything. I need to take it and I can't. So just a comment.
That's a really good point. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, so no warfarin with the turmeric.
I do use the Ease cream, but we can't get that, right?
That's right.
For now, yeah. Or will we ever? Or is that one of those that we don't know yet?
That's right.
Okay.
The Ease cream has turmeric in it too. Did you know that?
It does, but because it's absorbed a different way.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
So
cool.
That's all.
Thank you.
There was a question asked about if the products were just for type 2 diabetics. I do have type 1 diabetics that have used it as well, and they've been able to lower their insulin doses.
Awesome. Thanks, Barb.
So I have a question. The at-home breast check kits are not going to be joining us in the future, or has anybody heard?
I don't know why they're not on there. I don't know. Maybe they didn't ask for them to be approved. Maybe they're not one of our most popular products. Like, I'm not sure what the reasoning is, Julie.
Yeah, I was just going to say that it has to do, launching into a new country brings all kinds of so many levels of things to go through, and so my understanding is they chose the most popular products, and that went into the decision making. So that was I inferred myself that they're just not selling the breast check kits in a volume that's worthwhile bringing it in.
Cool, thanks.
It would be worth finding out if we can get it on the US side, like the ProBio 5.
Yeah.
It would definitely be worth us finding that out. Thanks.
Tanya, are the slides that you used tonight in the library?
Is that Pam?
Hi, yes.
It's your birthday.
It is.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I haven't had a chance to go on Facebook and do that yet, but yeah, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for coming on your birthday.
Thanks.
What'd you ask me again?
So that's okay. That's why I don't ask questions. No.
Okay, so to answer your question, if you go to the resource library in our virtual office, there's a Canadian opportunity presentation there, a PowerPoint, and it's in PowerPoint format. so you can do whatever you want to it. So I made it into a presentation for product tonight, but I only ended up using the beginning and ending slide and then one other slide because its primary focus is business.
Okay.
But I'd be happy to send it to you.
Okay.
You can
Yeah.
tweak
Well,
it.
I took pictures of most of them anyway, so I'll just edit them. But if you want to, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Tanya, there were some questions in the chat. A couple have been answered already, so thank you to those who are answering.
Awesome.
Somebody asked about, would the body cream be helpful for radiation like years afterwards? And I would say it certainly could be beneficial. The body cream has been very beneficial for scar tissue, for example, years after the fact. Now, some of that, of course, goes to the fact when you massage or manipulate it and you're adding blood flow, so that would be part of it. But I would think that it would certainly be beneficial because, I call the body cream a magic eraser. It really is doing amazing things for all kinds of blemishes and scar tissue. So that would be my take on that one. And the second question that no one, I don't think, had really jumped up to was, does the vital biome address candida specifically? And the short answer is no, in that that's not really what it's targeting. So the vital biome, as Stacy described, is about adding good bacteria to your gut. So that's the primary purpose. It does not have a secondary or a primary purpose of dealing with the existing bad bacteria.
Wendy just asked Wendy just asked me, or asked us, a question in the chat about the block. She said, taking the block only at night, would you take 2? I personally do.
Is that 2 at bedtime? Is that what you're saying? 2 at bedtime?
Yes.
Okay.
And typically the reason I would do that is because I wouldn't have taken it during the day. Maybe I forgot. Maybe there was no reason to. But then in the evening, whatever, I've got leftover carbs I haven't yet tackled in my day just from moving my body.
Okay.
So whatever's left, I figure that the block's going to take care of that as I sleep.
The other piece with that, because and some of you that are listening and not following the chat, one of the reasons that block might be beneficial at bedtime, again, has to do also with the chromium. And so chromium has a role in regulating blood sugar. So if when you go to bed, digestion would be continuing, of course. So between the loose glucose molecules that are already hanging out in your blood system and then those that would be released through digestion, the chromium and the block can support helping those move along rather than being stored as fat. So that's also a reason. I didn't mention that because the typical use of the block is with the meal, but some people have been exploring using it kind of as a cleanup tool for that leftover glucose or the further digestion as we begin to sleep.
So I have another question.
Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm just curious because I don't know the answer to this. Would you take block, ease, and probio, all 3 of them at bedtime?
I do.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
And that's when I take my, I'm not going to be anymore, but that's when I was taking Mega X too.
Wow. Well, no, I know about those 2, but the
Yeah.
ease and the block, because you said that they both have enzymes.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yes. So they would, help to break down your food as well, or help with digestion. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
MJ had a question in the chat, and it was about, can I take Probio 5 and Vital Biome together, or Vital Biome in the morning? There's some not controversy, but there's some discussion right now that people are switching and taking Vital Biome at night. And I know that one person in Help Me Freedom Revolution was saying that they liked it better at night. I know that it's recommended that we take it sort of as a standalone, so there's nothing else with it. And that was the original design of the Vital Biome. So not even with the Slim, like 30 minutes before the Slim. And if somebody wants to jump in or chime in on that. Anybody have any other different take on that? So the next part of the question is it okay to take Slim, X Factor, Nerve, Vital Biome all together in the morning? I would separate the Vital Biome, but I know lots of people who take the Slim and the X Factor together. There's not really any indication that Nerve needs to be taken separate.
And it's a general principle that multivitamins work more effectively with food. So I will tell you, my Vital Biome, and not this is what you have to do, but I'm just giving you an example. My Vital Biome is literally on my bedside table. So when the alarm goes off, I take my Vital Biome. Then I get up and I shower and blah, blah, blah. Then I do my Slim. So just separating them even that little bit. And then I take my X Factor when I actually ingest some food. So it is possible to take them all in the morning, but not necessarily layered all together.
Mm-hmm.
So you can just think about what your routine is and what works best for your routine. Some people think their X Factor Plus, like throw it in your lunch bag and take it with your lunch, for example. So you just have to be thoughtful about what's going to work for me. And the general principle is, if it weirds you out to have to take a whole bunch of things separately through the day, and you're like, well, I'm never going to take them, then just take them. It's better to get them in than to not take them.
Mm-hmm.
So you line up, this is what we recommend. This is your lifestyle. How can you make that overlap in a way that you're going to get them in as consistently as possible every day? Because that's what's going to be most effective.
Yeah. And then lastly, MJ was wondering about if Probio 5 is the only supplement that we carry or that we have where it has to stay in the bottle, but the Vital Biome would be the same. So you just want to make sure that you keep that Vital Biome in the bottle that it comes in. That Vital Biome is just maintains all of its efficacy in there, in that bottle. And it's just such a perfect environment for it, so that when it hits your mouth, by the time it gets to your digestive system and into your lower GI, it's going to be the perfect temperature to do what it needs to do. So that's one of the biggest reasons that it needs to be in that bottle. And Tammy mentioned the omegas that are in the E's, so that it could be a good sort of replacer for the Mega X. Thank you, Tammy.
It has the 369, all those omegas, and also has glucosamine in it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Sylvia must have found the name of the award. Remember you asked
good.
about that? Supply
Right.
Sud West CPG Editor's Choice Award 2017 finalist for the X Factor Plus.
And they are, apparently, that is the biggest, what's that called? Trade show for health and wellness and supplements and things in the US.
Nice.
Yeah. Yay.
Melanie had a great question earlier too. She had put in the chat, when people price compare the P96 to Slim Fast, Bacillus, if I'm not sure I said that right, and other shake powders, what do you say to justify the higher price?
Well, compared to Visalis, which actually is not even on the market anymore, I don't think, or maybe it is, I don't know. And compared to like other shake companies, or that promote shakes and meal replacements, we actually, well, Slim Fast, I don't know. And I don't know the nutritional value of Slim Fast either. But I know that we do compare to those other direct selling companies. Like, we're not more expensive than Shakeology, that's for sure. Or then, but I mean, there'd be the argument that we have 15 grams of lean protein because it's a snack on the go instead of a meal replacement. So there's I think there's 25 grams of lean protein in a Shakeology shake, for example. But still, ours is still less expensive than Shakeology, for example. Slim Fast, probably not. Can't you buy that at the drugstore? Yeah. So I hope that answers the question. I think, yeah. Great questions, wow. Yes, no nerve. That's right, Neela. Yeah. Will not have nerve. And Neela says she takes her Vital Biome at night too. Yeah. So did you switch it, Neela? And how come, what, if you don't mind me asking, I'm putting you right on the spot here in front of 32 people.
Why did I switch it?
Yeah.
I was starting to find I had taken it in the morning for probably a month, and then I found that it didn't seem to be doing the same for me. And so just out of the blue, I took it at night, and I slept better. And so then I started taking it at night, and now when I go to sleep, I sleep. And the other products weren't doing that for me. I mean, a little bit, but not as much as when I was doing it with the Vital Biome. So now with the Vital Biome, when I take it, I go to sleep. I sleep great. I wake up to go to the bathroom. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I go right back to sleep. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
so
great.
I like it at night because I found it really helped with the sleep. I tried the Mega X for that, and it didn't. I know a lot of people find that great for sleep, but didn't seem to do that for me. So I don't know. I like it at night.
Good. Awesome. Thank you for your input. MJ says, I'll be going for surgery at the end of the month and cannot take supplements or vitamins for 2 weeks before. Oh my goodness, what will I do? Yeah. Julie, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and that is a very common, so the more we have supplements and natural products on the market, the more we're hearing generic, don't take those. And that it may not change, but it might be worth taking the ingredient list to them and saying, you know, what is it you really want me not to have in my system? Is there any of this that really, it's not an issue? Because I really think they have to go with the generic, we want to control what's in your body kind of thing. But if you have a good relationship with whomever is, you know, helping you through that process, they might be able to be more specifically be able to say, you know, it's that, or it's that, or it's that, or, you know, oh, this one might be okay kind of thing. It'd be worth a shot. But I hear you, because, you know, anytime I have, like, I haven't been told I had to go off, but anytime I've landed somewhere without something, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, she did. She took the list, I guess. Yeah. Drat.
Tanya?
Yes, sir.
I just to clarify, the Vital Biome and the BioCleanse, you recommend don't take them together? Totally separate, or just either
Well,
or?
the BioCleanse is going to do its job much better, and so is a probiotic if you don't take them together.
So don't take them together.
No. But I mean, like Julie said, if you've forgotten or it's the only ticket, then I guess you would. And have we done that? Yeah. Like when I first started with Plexus, I remember that was the regimen we put people on.
Yep.
And then we, you know, more research was done, and it was found that we were better off not putting the probiotic and the BioCleanse together.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not that they're counter, like, it's not, you're not going to cause a reaction.
Right.
It's that you're not going to get the full benefit of what they can do individually. I mean, that's the reasoning. It's not that it's dangerous.
Okay.
It's that they each are going to be more effective when they're not together, because the BioCleanse is actually working at moving things through.
Yes.
So like if you take, like, so I take the BioCleanse separate from anything I take, because its job is to kind of move things through. So you don't want a really good supplement to be moving through really fast, for example.
I get you. So space it out. Okay.
If you can.
Yes.
If you can't, get it in.
Just get it in you.
Just get it in.
Thank you.
Welcome.
No, Tawana, I wouldn't take them together. And again, for the same reason. So the Slim is going to be able to do its job better, not in conjunction with the BioCleanse. And also the prebiotic, it's really smart to separate the prebiotic and have it on its own as well. So that would be why you would avoid taking them together. And again, it might be something as simple as, even a half hour makes a big difference, right? So having it on your bedside table versus in your kitchen, or, that kind of thing. And I've done the same thing at night. So when Tanya talked about, I would have trained her, take them together at night, because that's what we did years ago. So I've just separated out by an hour. So when I think, ooh, I'm soon going to be going to bed, I take my BioCleanse. And then by the time I, do 3 more things and empty the dishwasher and brush my teeth and wash my face and crawl into bed, that's when I take my ProBio 5. So it doesn't have to be a major separation, but I found even adding that hour in between, I noticed a big difference in my skin and other things that I was just like, wow, oh, this is what happened when I separated them.
Yeah, Neela, that's a good idea.
Yep.
I like that. She says she takes her BioCleanse before lunch and before supper. Yep.
Yep. I take mine before lunch too, Neela, but before supper would never happen, because that's like picking up kids at daycare and trying to remember the 852 things that are going on that. That's why I have to do it before bed.
Tawana's just talking about her Synthroid, her thyroid medication that she takes, and separating that from the products as well. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with it, set an alarm on your phone. I just find for a while that's what I had to do. It's a surprising amount of people that take low thyroid meds. It's crazy. Yeah. Pop it in the van on the run. Yeah. I have a bottle in my desk at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for the great conversation tonight. This was recorded, so I will pop it up on my YouTube channel. And if I don't think of putting it on Freedom Revolution, you can find it there. It's just my name. No, nothing fancy. Channel. Awesome. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Stacy. And I just asked those 2 girls to help me with this today. Well, actually, tonight. So, thanks, girls, for just knowing your stuff so well. Appreciate it. Anyway, all right. Well, have a good week, guys.
Thank you.
See you.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Bye.